you will receive this paper from your substitute. Eventually, once you're done with filling it out for today, you're going to fold it in half and glue it in your journal. So I still want you to put your name on it just in case it falls out or if it doesn't get glued. I would hate for you to do all this work and then lose it, have to do it again. So here's what it is. It is a way for you to see how you did on Unit 1. And instead of just being like, I did good or I did bad, let's figure out what happened, either good or bad, so that you can make it even better. Because just because Unit 1 is done does not mean we're going to go back over these concepts and give you a chance to earn a higher grade and do a better job on these concepts. So here's how it works. Here we have each question organized into standard. Hopefully you've seen something like this before. So for example, 6.2a, 6.2b, blah, blah, blah. These are just the different topics we have to teach you guys in 6th grade math. There's a reason why this one has a star and this one has a star. I want you guys to look down here. It tells you what the actual standard is. Oh my goodness. So the first one with the star is 6.2D. That means it is an essential standard. All of the things we teach you are important, and you will be confused next year if you don't get it this year. However, if it is an essential standard, that means we are guaranteeing that you will learn it before you leave 6th grade. If you don't learn it, that means you will not be successful in the future years, so we will have to make sure that you learn it, whatever it takes. So the first one is 6.2D is order a set of rational numbers. That's one of those questions where it's like, put these numbers in order from least to greatest, or whatever it is. And you put them in order from least to greatest. Those are all rational numbers, and you put them in order. 6.11a is graphing points in all 4 quadrants. That's like when you get this guy and it's like plot. Oop, I know. Hold on. I hate when it does that. And it says plot this point, -2, 3, and you have to put it somewhere over here. Well, it would be over here. And then you put the point on there. That's what the essential standard 6.11a is. And the rest of them, here's what it says. Now, for each of these two, I'm going to go back over how to figure this stuff out. But if you don't do very well on them, here are the skills in IXL. So you need to make sure that you go back and practice these skills whenever it's time to do IXL and flex time. Instead of just doing your recommended skills every day, you can use this sheet to feel like, okay, what do I need to practice to make sure that I do well this year? If I did not do super hot on my Unit 1 test, here are the skills I can go back in and look at. So here's how it actually works. You will watch a video where I go over the Unit 1 test. Here it is right here. Ooh. So you will watch me go over it. Now, you will not know until I get back what your test score is. This little box right here, you will not know that number yet, okay? I will either post it in Gradebook while I'm at home, or I will just tell you when you get back, so you will not know what's in that box yet. I know that's frustrating, and I'm sorry, that is not ideal, but I'm not there to give you back your tests and go over them with you. So when you're watching these videos, you're just going to do your best to remember, okay, did I do really well on that question or not? You probably won't remember what you put for your answer, but for example, if I'm looking at number 5 and I'm like, coldest to warmest, and I say, well, -2.6 was the coldest because it was the farthest below 0, and you're like, oh, man, I thought that -1.3 was the coldest because it was the smallest number. Nope, I was wrong. Then you already know you didn't do super well on that question, okay? So you see what I mean? You can kind of figure this stuff out even if you don't remember your exact answers on all of them. So you will go through the questions. The first question I go over, is question 1. So you can find it right here. This is question 1 under the 6.2D right here. So look down below. So if you get it correct, you're just going to leave it blank. If you get it incorrect, you're going to shade it. So let's say I'm going over number 1. You're like, man, I know I got that wrong. I did not think I did very well on that. You're going to shade it with your pencil, or if you have a highlighter, whatever you want to do. Over here is the key, so incorrect means that you're going to shade it. Okay? And then let's say I do question number 2, and you're like, nice, got that one right. And then I do question 3, which is over here, and you're like, cool, got that one right too. And then I do question 4, and you got that right. And then 5, you got that right. And then I do question 6, and you're like, oh, I got that one wrong. I'm going to shade that. And then I do question 7, and you're like, oh, man, I also got that one wrong. Question 8 too? Oh man, but I got question 9 right, that's good. And then you're going to keep on going. I'm going to do kind of like an example one. Let's just say, no, I'm going to say I got that right. All right, let's say you missed those questions on the test. I don't know. So you're going to go through and you're going to fill in at the bottom how many you got right. So for 6.2a, you're going to look down below. You say, okay, I got 1 out of 2 correct. Here I got 1 out of 1 correct. Here I got 1 out of 2. Here I got 3 out of 4. 2 out of 2. I got 1 out of 4 correct. Well, And then here I got 3 out of 3 correct. And this just helps you figure out right here, what does that mean? So for example, here, if you got 2 out of correct, you got masters, woohoo. For me, I would get approaches, because I got 1 out of 2 correct. Over here, since I got 1 out of 1, that means I got masters on this one, yay. Here, I also got approaches. Here I did pretty well, because I got 3 out of 4. That means I met the standard. Here is where I'm struggling, right? So here I'm struggling. I got that should be a 4 right there, sorry. That should be a 4. Here I only got 1 out of 4 correct. So I approached it, but that's a lot of questions to get wrong. So I didn't do super hot on that one. That just means I need to look at 6.4G and practice those. What I mostly care about is your essential standards. So if yours looks like this, if you got all of an essential standard correct, that's amazing. But look at 6.2D. Even though I only missed 1, it's a good idea to still go back and practice these skills in IXL since it is an essential standard. Okay, even if you don't remember all of your answers, again, you might not be able to do this correctly if you don't remember all your answers, and that's fine, but just do your best. You're still going to answer these reflection questions, okay? You will still know if you did poorly on a standard, or if you're like, oh, man, none of those standards, or none of those questions in this column made sense to me, so I didn't do very well. Or if you're like, man, I nailed that. I think I understood all of it, and if I missed it, it's because I misbubbled. At least I know what I'm doing. You can still answer these questions. Okay, when you turn in this assignment on Canvas, you're going to tell me your answer to this question, so make sure you have a good answer for it because that's what you're going to submit to me on Canvas. If you have any questions, please ask the substitute, or you can message me on Canvas and I maybe will be able to respond to you. All right.